Hi, today I'm here to talk about the modernism in Brazil. I will give a lecture about this topic. Then I'm doing this video to improve my knowledge and do the lecture better in my school. And I wrote some notes in my notebook to give the lecture better. And my intention is not to read the notes to you, is more to say what I know and use the notes to help me a little bit. But the modernism in Brazil isn't a topic that I have a lot of interest in, but a lot of interest, and because of it I'm little dismotivated because I don't like this top this matter very much. I'm doing this more to do the lecture, but I need to do this in order to have grades, and this is the work I need to do it. And but the modernism Brazil has some good ideas. It's a little interesting, have something, some aspects that is good, that is cool. And I will start the lecture now. The modernism Brazil. The modernism Brazil started in 1922 because week of art, the week of modern art in São Paulo theater, and there was exposed a lot of arts, pictures, and presentations in this theater, because before the modernism in Brazil, European influence was so heavily, and Brazil culture was influenced heavily by European traditions, and the modernism come to Brazil to create something more Brazilian in this country, in Brazil. And in the theater, in the week of art, they started to do it because they wanted to have more Brazilian culture in Brazil, have some Brazilian arts, Brazilian influence in Brazil, because European traditions was heavy, and had in this theater have had some artists like Anitta, Mafaldi, Oswald Andrade, Mauro Andrade, and some other figures, and in this theater had the actor, the presentations, and the artists talking about modernism, and giving a lot of content about art and the modernism. And the theater and the event of the Week of Art exploded and become a national matter in the world that was published in journals and magazines and this kind of things. And what is modernism? Modernism was an event that broke European traditions in Brazil, because European traditions was heavily the influence. Brazil was very influenced by Portugal, because was Portugal colony, and Brazil didn't have a identity, a national identity, and the modernism come to break it, to bring a national identity to Brazil, to bring a national culture, and have Brazil its his unique culture, nationalism, and your own culture. Was inspired by avant-garde movements, Cubism, Futurism, Surrealism, but adapted to Brazil's reality, focused on national identity, innovation, and the social critique. This was what I said. Focused on national culture, and Brazil have your own culture. And the Week of Modern Art in 1922 was the main event that started the modernism, and this event was a turning point, a cultural festival held in São Paulo, shocking the public with new art, literature, and music. And the key figures was Mário de Andrade, a novel that embodies Brazilian identity, Oswald de Andrade, Manifesto Antropófago, idea of cultural cannibalism, absorbing foreign influence and transforming them into something uniquely Brazilian, Tarsila do Amaral, Abaporu, one of the most famous modernist paintings, Villa Lobos, a composer who mixed classical music with Brazilian folk sound. Tarsila do Amaral, she painted the Abaporu, that is a famous picture drawn that was sold by $1.5 million in today's days. And the painting talk about cannibalism and eat others to become they. I don't understood very well what it means, but the painting Brazil is very famous. I was taught about this picture, this drawing in my school when I was a child. The teachers showed to me this picture, this drawing, and I didn't know this was painted by a woman, but is a good information to have. I think this painter, this drawing, is one of the most famous drawings. Picture, I don't know what it is exactly. Key features of Brazilian modernism: rejection of academic traditions, experimentation with free verse, fragmented narratives, and abstract art. National identity: inclusion of indigenous, African, and popular Brazil culture. Social and political criticism of colonial mentality and social inequalities. Legacy and impact: influenced later movements like concrete poetry, tropicalia music, and the Brazilian cinema. Modernism helped shape the way Brazil sees itself today in literature, art, and music. The themes of national identity and innovation remain relevant in Brazilian culture. Conclusion: modernism was a turning point for Brazilian culture that still influences art today. And resuming what was modernism in Brazil and what I understood about it. The modernism started in 1922 because the week of modern art that was exposed music, arts, paintings that was made by Brazilian artists, and this was made because the European traditions was very heavy in Brazil, because Brazil was Portugal colony, and Brazil never had a strong country because it was Portugal colony, and didn't have time to create your own culture, your own traditions, and your own arts. And the modernism in the week of modern art come to bring the nationalism, to bring a Brazil, your own culture and your own things, your own arts, your own music, your own arts, your own art in general. And modernism was a broke event that come to bring European traditions, was inspired by avant-garde movements, by like Cubism, Surrealism, and Futurism, but adopted to coming Brazil's reality, bringing nationalism, national identity, innovation, and social critique. The key figures on the week of modern art was Oswald de Andrade, Mario de Andrade, Oswald de Andrade, and Villa Lobos, and Tarsila do Amaral. Tarsila do Amaral was one of the most famous paintings in no, I think Abapuru was a famous painting. But Tarsila do Amaral painted Abapuru that is one of the most famous paintings in the modernism, because Abapuru is a very famous that have a mean that is cannibalism, that means that eat others, something around it, something like this. And Tarsila do Amaral had a relationship with Oswald de Andrade, and this was the key figures in modernism. Also, the modernism was the key event that shape how Brazil do arts, music, and the literature. And the conclusion that I have in modernism is modernism was a broke event that changed Brazil's culture. Well, this was what I understood about the modernism in Brazil. I should study more about it, but I really don't want to, because this matter is a little boring. I will show to you my notes. And now I will talk free about modernism in Brazil. Maybe some of my thoughts, maybe this will be some of my thoughts, and what most interested me, but most bringing my attention was Tarsila do Amaral and the Abapuru, because I think it was the most famous painting in the modernism, and because of it, this bring my attention, and I was taught about it in school. The teachers showed it to me, and it's interesting, this painting, like, because it's very strange, and I don't like this painting so much. The modernism in Brazil come to change the art. In European art, medieval art in the 15th century, in medieval age, the art was more religious, less colors, less life, less culture, was more religious, God, Leonardo da Vinci, Capella Sistina, these kind of things, more human's body. But modernist art is more subject and more free, more colors, more different traces. And I was reading Homo Deus, and Homo Deus talked about it, that the art now is, what is art? Art is what humans think it's art. Like if I catch some pencil and the wrote wrote something, I can say it's art, because art is everything that humans say it's art. It's art, and I like more the past art, like Capella Sistina, the Michelangelo. Michelangelo, I think is more sculptures, but this kind of medieval art. These arts that have more human bodies, more patterns, I like it more. The modernist art is also good, but is very subjective and don't have specific traces and meaning, like would have a meaning, but I don't know the meaning exactly. The Bible's paintings, I know the meaning because I have the snake and the devil, the Adam and the Eve, and the apple, and I know a little bit about it and what is going on the paint. But these new paintings, I need to study about these paintings, and I don't understand a lot about it. And what have also Oscar Niemeyer, that was one of the modernism architectures, engineers. I don't know exactly who he was, but he made Brasilia, the capital of Brazil. He made the National Congress, the Palácio da Alvorada, he made the very constructions and Brazilian. He made the Brasilia political locals. He made the very buildings in Brasilia. And the Brasilia is the capital of Brazil, and the modernism also influenced the Oscar Niemeyer. And I think these constructions that he made is a little bit extravagant and gorgeous, is different, is like it's something very that bring very attention, and I like more minimalist buildings, more minimalist, that like Steve Jobs and Apple, that minimalist, that less is more. I like more Apple's design, Tesla, SpaceX. Less is more, something clean, something more technologically, something more clean. I like more this kind of buildings and the design. But this is what I understood about the modernism in Brazil. I will do a lecture in Portuguese, then I will be better because my Portuguese is better. And this video was a little bit boring because I don't want to bring attention, and this is more study to me to do a good lecture. But thank you for your attention. I hope that you like it. You liked even in this different video. Bye.